Now, the next main piece of prep work I wanted to cover off is really understanding the scope of the policy. So the key thing here is to know that the payment times reporting policy, the clock doesn't actually start until the invoice hits your finance system. This is why it's really important to think about what validations and checks you can outsource to ensure better data quality upon arrival. And equally important on the other side of that is making sure invoices that don't meet those requirements are fed into an exceptions process rather than landing in your systems and needing your attention. So the next item I wanted to touch on is document retention. So a common early barrier to adoption is the dreaded accountants. I'm sure there's probably a few scowls over the camera here. This was an intended joke. I know there's probably a lot of those on this call, but where I was going with that is what we're seeing in a lot of organizations is their accountants and bookkeepers are actually rejecting e-invoicing because rather than receiving a traditional invoice, you're only receiving an XML data file in your systems. Many deem this invalid for legal document retention purposes, and this is just not true. So IRD has actually updated legislation to make it explicitly clear that e-invoices are legal tax records. In the legislation, they've even replaced the word tax invoice now, and it's been replaced with taxable supply information. This is really emphasizing that the focus is now on the data, not the document itself. But this actually creates an opportunity for you. Think about how you currently store invoice data and how in the future this can minimize your costs and effort compared to storing PDFs.